All right, this is going to be a fun one. I want to talk about trade shows. Trade shows are something I do enjoy. My father, when I was younger, took me to a number of different trade shows. I go with my wife to them. And just from a personal point of view, I enjoy attending them. I find the speakers, the events, the vendors just kind of a nice thing to actually go and experience. The one thing I want to just kind of start with, though, is definitely as a business owner, your mindset's going to change. And the vendors there are going to take on a new light because you know that they are business owners. And as business owners, they're potential candidates for your services. So let's just kind of go down a few things here related to this. The first thing, not only is it fun to go to, I learned from a great friend of mine, I learned a great thing, which is always leave with the swag. So I'm always good at collecting and gathering up the little things, whether it be the stress balls or whatever, the pens, and taking them home to the children. And so that's always been fun, is coming back with something that they always appreciated and enjoy. And it's kind of nice to always end up with a nice hat or a t-shirt. And so that's always fun. But let's talk about the trade show itself and being effective as a way to get clients. First and foremost, there's going to be two different types of vendors, I feel. There's going to be the local business owners that you're able to perhaps see as potential clients, and then the larger entities that may be in attendance. Definitely we want to go to everybody, but give a lot more time and attention through a different mindset as to these local businesses, because they could in fact become potential clients of yours. The other thing that you want to be doing is, as you're going to each of the vendors, is truly spend time learning about them. I think if it was like a traditional networking environment, you may be more inclined to kind of 50-50. Tell me about your business, I'll tell you about mine. But here they've paid to actually be there, and so you want to respect the fact that they've paid to have the voice. So it's not about you in this instance, it's about them. So definitely ask a lot more questions. But feel free to participate in whatever drawings they have and so forth, just because obviously you're going to be showing interest in and being a little bit more engaged with them. The one thing I will encourage, though, is as you're having this conversation, be sensitive to the fact that they are there for business purposes. And so as other attendees come over, don't try to hog the time with the person because of your agenda. What you want to do is you want to definitely pay attention to their talking to the other attendees and saying, go ahead and talk to them and I'll just wait. And that gives you a chance to not dominate the time and let them make the money that they're there to make. Now, one thing I will encourage you to do is, as you're there getting their information, when you leave, quickly write down something about with whom you spoke, something that may be personal that you could use as a connection point that you can reference in a follow-up. It's just, what can you do that's beyond just the marketing material you may have gathered to remember that particular conversation? Because you're about to have a number of these and you don't want to get them all mixed up. But the intent after you leave the conference is to then follow up. Follow-up is key. And being key, what we want to just stress here is that you want to immediately follow up with the person. But that's just so that you can connect with them from the standpoint of, hey, it was nice meeting you at the show. I enjoyed speaking with you about your company, your product, your services, whatever. Look forward to being in touch. I mean, it's just the simple thing to plant that seed, because they're consumed after that conference following up with all the contacts they just made. So they're not in a mindset of listening to you about your business and what you can do to help them. They're trying to eagerly and ferociously take advantage of all those contacts that they just made to follow up and make money. So respect that, but then follow up in 30 days with another follow-up that now you've planted the seed. They know who you are and they remember you. Now you're following up to make contact. Perhaps you're genuinely interested in their product or service. But regardless, you as a business owner can now kind of say, also when we were speaking, I shared with you, this is who I am. And then you can just do an introduction as to your services and whom they may know that would benefit from what you offer. And that really does help, because now you're opening that door. And you can also now follow up with them because they're local businesses and meet with them. Go to their business, maybe meet up for coffee or lunch. That's what we're trying to do here, is just leverage the follow-up that you have. And really key to this is the note-taking you're getting from each person as you move through the vendors, because again, you're going to meet so many people and you're wanting to actually record then the notes that you have of that conversation, so that you can, in your follow-up, distinguish whom it is that you spoke with about what and so forth. So that's my suggestion as to leveraging the trade shows. And again, personally, I find it fun because I'm going to ones that I already enjoy anyway. They're things that I am interested in anyway, but at the same time, this is a chance to get to know these business owners, get into that niche, and as Alan pointed out with with regards to niches, this is that association, that organization, where you're going to find all of these people actually do know one another. Typically, they're at the same shows, so they know each other, and at the same time, they're all interested in the same thing. So if you can kind of get in there with that group and be the accountant for that organization or those types, that's a win. And so what we want to do is just leverage this, but go with the intent of first having fun. Enjoy it, get the most out of it, and then in time, you're going to be planting the seeds and getting the clients you deserve. So remember this, accounting success is universal. Take care.